Welcome back to Pep Talk. Next up is Jean W. Kelly, an educational thought leader, entrepreneur, speaker, Napa Valley winery owner, and the author of The College Myth. And he is on a mission to shake up and fundamentally change how job skills are taught today. So welcome, Jean.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, Sharkie.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you because I think you know I'm a college professor, right?
That's correct.
I work at a community college, and so, and you know, there are some things that when I was taking a look at your information that I totally agree with, but there's some things I want to kind of, you know, dialogue with you about. But first of all, why did you write The College Myth?
Well, part of it was my life story because I was very successful without a college education per se. I learned trade skills and was able to leverage that into a multi-million-dollar net worth. But that's only part of the story. I'm really passionate about helping people find success in America. And if the problem with the college system as it is now is everyone's being forced to college, one size fits all. It's almost like you're a failure if you don't go to college. And what's happening is there's a massive amount of debt being accumulated by students because it's so easy to sign for that debt, but that debt is hanging over their heads for years. I just read an article in the Associated Press that seniors are still struggling with debt that they picked up 20 and 30 and 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. So that debt is one of my main objections to college. And the message is this: if the purpose of going to college is to get the skills to get a good job in this current economy, then many of the colleges are failing at that. I'm not against higher education. I believe everybody ought to be a lifelong learner. You should continue to learn. Go to school wherever you can. Take courses. Read books. But if the promise is I'm going to give you $100,000 of my child's future money in the form of a debt, and you're going to give him the skills or her the skills to get a great job, that equation is not working out. They're not delivering. So one of the things that I propose is not only do I talk about all these different ways and conversations that the parents and students should have before they go to college, if they go to college, so they go with eyes open, but I also map out for them a lot of alternatives for people that aren't wanting to go to college or don't feel that that's right for them at this time. And that is what a great deal of my message. The details are in the book, The College Myth. But, you know, I'm so passionate about this that I'm giving away that book, Sharkie, online on the website, thecollegemyth.com. So that's one of the things to help people.
Okay.
And, you know, but it's the debt that is a real threat to our society because parents are going into debt and deferring retirement. Kids are going into debt, and they're going to be dragging that ball and chain around, not getting married, not getting houses, not having kids, and all of that affects our economy. And yet, right under our nose are hundreds of thousands of jobs going unfulfilled, good-paying jobs in the trades. And I really recommend people look at the trade skills, and so that's why I put together another report at instantTradeSkills.com, so they could check that out too.
Okay, perfect. Let's talk about why there's so much more college debt now than 10, 20 years ago, and why there are so fewer job opportunities. It used to be that if you graduated with a degree, with a college degree, it was almost assured that you were going to get a job right out of college. And as you know, we're not seeing that anymore. So, you know, I understand the disparity in people going to college, not being able to get a job, and then having all this debt. So why did this happen?
Well, there's two major points I want to make. Number one, just like the housing bubble, when they said, gee, everyone needs to have a house, therefore we're going to make cheap, easy debt available, they did the same thing, and we know what happened there. The same thing has happened with college. Everybody was supposed to be a knowledge worker, so they said, let's make debt available and cheap and easy for students to get. Well, what happens when there's a lot of money available? Prices go up. College has increased in price over 2,000% over the last 20 to 30 years. And so that's where this big bubble has come from. Easy access to debt has led to increases in prices. Second big problem, the reason there is an opportunity, is that everyone was supposed to be an information worker in America. We shuffled off our manufacturing overseas. We, downplayed the trades, and we said everyone should be a knowledge worker. And that worked for a little while. But what happened was the Internet. And all those knowledge worker jobs are easily shipped overseas for pennies on the dollar. And so those jobs have gone away. They're not as available. Yet, here you have, plumbers that make very, very good money, electricians that make great money. I saw one report out of Idaho that they make more money lifetime than someone with a master's and just under somebody that has a PhD or a professional certificate. So these are good jobs, and you're not going to be outsourcing your plumbing to India anytime soon, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Yes, I can see that. I wanted to share with you, it looks, I told you I'm at a community college, which is a 2-year college, and one of the things that I think is that we do that is important is a lot of these kids really don't know what they want to do yet, and so they're getting their lower, lower division units and trying out things, and because community colleges are much less expensive than the UCs or the state schools, and so a lot of people find themselves there. And also we have a new thing that's coming in 2015. Some of our community colleges are going to have 4-year programs that are trade programs. Are you aware of that?
I am, and that's fantastic. However, most of the trades are still taught the same way they were in the 19th century. And my company, the Accelerated Technical Training Institute, developed a new system on how to teach trade skills at 1/4 the time. Okay. So it's much faster, and that's what the instantTradeSkills.com is all about.
Okay. All right. You said that colleges are for some people and not others. How do you know whether college is for you or not, or for your kids or not?
Well, I think there's not one size fits all, and I think in the past that's been the assumption. Everybody should go to college, and the first thing they should do is sit down and have that conversation in the family. What benefit can I get from this? Where will I go with this? How will I take it? And can we afford it? Have an honest conversation in the family. Can we afford it? Because they may have to work their way through school.
Right.
Like many people have had to do in the past. Mm-hmm. I'm all in favor of junior colleges, particularly as a way to find out what you'd like to do. It's too expensive to just go off to a 4-year high-dollar university to just grow up.
Right.
And, especially if they're accumulating debt. Mm-hmm. Just not the right thing to do. And I'd really like to continue to talk about this if we can.
Oh, yes. Yes, well, we're going to come back right after this short break, okay? So don't go anywhere. Okay?
You got it.
Okay, we'll be right back after this.
With a little shark sense, you can improve your life. Shark Sense, a new book by Sharkie Zartman, is a book that can teach you survival instincts. It pumps you up to live your life fully regardless of what life dishes out. Shark Sense, a fast read with tested principles right from the shark survival traits. You can do anything. Tap into your inner shark and get your copy of Shark Sense right now. Available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and at sharksense.org.
One of the best things about the technology available today is being able to listen to HealthyLife.net on the go or while I'm at work. Typically, headphones or earphones are required, and let's face it, sometimes they break or get worn out or lost. To find my latest solution to this, I found the Earphone Solutions website while browsing the HealthyLife.net advertiser page. There are plenty of options from basic inexpensive on-the-go earphones to studio-quality headphones for when I really have time to enjoy everything from rock to Bach. Earphone Solutions on the HealthyLife.net advertiser page.
For all your live or pre-recorded webcasting needs, come to earthchannel.com. Get your web-based message out to a select group or the whole world. It's easy. A pioneer in webcasting, earthchannel.com provides the best products and services to big corporations and government users. And now, this same technology is available to you. They have the best earthcast encoders, servers, and products to meet your technical needs. But wait, don't want to mess with technical stress? No problem. They'll do it for you. earthchannel.com is your answer. You can use webcasting for lots of things, like advertising, marketing, customer support, training, and don't forget, web radio and TV. In fact, you're listening to a live Earthcast right now, so come to earthchannel.com. Actualize your audio or video webcasting needs today. You can't beat the friendly service or the price. Call earthchannel.com at 800-849-8978. That's 800-849-8978.
If you like to spend your television viewing time learning about some of the things that you may have missed in history class, or if history was your favorite subject, then you should check out the link to the History Channel on the HealthyLife.net advertiser page. Order DVD sets by series or by subject matter right from our homepage while you still enjoy your favorite HealthyLife.net show.
You're listening to HealthyLife.net. Millions of listeners know the secret. Now you do too. Positive talk 24 hours a day, every day.
We are back with more Pep Talk. I'm Sharkie Zartman here with Gene Kelly, and he is the author of The College Myth. Now, Gene, we've been talking about, college might not be for everybody, but I'm sure there's some people who really benefit from a four-year education. But I told you in the break about my nephew who told his dad he didn't want to go to college. His dad was, kind of disappointed because his son was very bright. Instead, his son went into computer programming, not at a school, and eventually developed a company and just sold it for $12 million.
Now, I love stories like that.
Do you love stories like that?
That's the entrepreneurial adventure. That's what really is one of the biggest opportunities in America, and I do actually talk about it in my book, The College Myth. And the rest of the title of The College Myth is The College Myth, Why You Shouldn't Go to College If You Want to Be Successful, an Alternative Path to Success. And that's the point, is college is a way for some people to find the skills that they need. It's also a very expensive way. Mm-hmm. So if they look into the trades, and not everybody wants to sit and live in a cubicle their whole life.
Right.
It's like prison for some people. So, the trades, plumbing, electrical, locksmithing, carpentry, masonry, and so on, we teach all of those trades on an accelerated basis, quickly, using a lot of distance education. So if they look at, I'm not just pointing out the problem. I'm also trying to bring a solution to the table. And there's hundreds of thousands of jobs available in the trades right now. These are good-paying jobs. And beyond that, with our lower energy costs that have been discovered all through the Midwest, companies are actually trying to onshore manufacturing. They want to bring the manufacturing back because it's, one, saves all of that energy of shipping across the ocean. Two, it's greener. And three, there's incentives for jobs here. Four, they have better quality workers that speak the same language. What they need are people with job skills, real job skills, real trade skills. So go to instantTradeSkills.com and you'll see a lot of the different opportunities that are available in the trades. They'll learn about them. And then thecollegemyth.com is where they can download a free copy of the book, because I want families to start this conversation. I want individual students. Read the book before you go to school. Even if you go to college, you'll benefit from it. And as far as, the opportunities in America today, yes, there's opportunities for people that have certain educations. There's opportunities for people in the trades, and there's still opportunities to be the entrepreneur that has that idea and build a multi-million-dollar company. I did, and I still have a couple. I have more than one company. So there are opportunities out there. And some people will benefit from a liberal arts type education. I think that's good if you can afford it, and that really should be your mindset anyway. In addition to getting job skills first and getting the jobs and experiences, by having that broad knowledge, that's part of what helps you see opportunities. So I want to encourage everybody, study, read, take classes, so on. Just don't get in debt doing it.
Right.
Get a good job. And by the way, if I can give one major tip to people, there's only 3 things an employer really wants when they're interviewing you. They want to know, what do you know, meaning applicable knowledge. Number 2, they want to know, what have you done, meaning applicable experience. And number 3, most important, what can you do for me? And if somebody's looking for a job, they need to be able to answer those 3 questions. They're in the book.
Okay, very good. Do you mind if I ask you where you got your training? You said you have 2 companies. Where did you get your training to be a CEO of your company?
Wow. Well, it's been 30 years, and I like to say I'm a 20-year overnight success.
Okay.
There's a lot of learning that goes on in life, and people need to understand that right now. Stop looking for a magic pill or a magic bullet, and start studying and learning and investing in themselves. I believe in investing in myself, so I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars ongoing in my education. I did originally go to a trade school at a junior college, and I only graduated with a certificate in the trade there. But from that, I built up a manufacturing company. And then I went on to develop taking the same company in a different direction. Again, and study. I invest in courses. I've invested in myself, and I encourage your listeners to do the same.
Okay. How did you become a Napa Valley winery owner?
Well,
I love that.
It would take a large fortune in something like that to start with. I mean, a small fortune is to start with a large one. So I won't say it's a hobby. It's an expensive hobby, but it's something, again, I got an interest in along with my other companies, and started to develop, and I now have my own vineyard and my own label. It's Kelly Family Vineyards, kellyfamilyvineyards.com if anybody's interested.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work, and that's the way success comes from. Working smart.
Right,
but
right.
Working hard, too.
Well, you talk about distance learning, and everybody's doing that these days, and colleges are doing it, But why is this a good way to train technical trade skill workers? Don't they have to do hands-on?
That is a great question, and I love it because we can illustrate it so well at instantTradeSkills.com. That what it is if I can provide for you, the old method is looking over an instructor's shoulder in a big class and trying to figure this out and getting little bits and pieces of information along the way, because you take a class on Tuesday and another on Thursday, another the next week, and so on. You kind of have to try and piece all this together. Well, with video, we use video. We can show you close-ups you can never see from the front row of a classroom. You go at your own speed. You can review anytime you need to. One idea clearly and seamlessly flows into the next. And once I can teach you what success looks like, what you're actually attempting to do, and you get that in your mind, you can visualize it, now you can teach your hands the tactile skills. Beyond that, we do have at-home study tasks that they do with their hands.
Okay.
And we are developing an express campus that will be at various places around the country for people to come in for a very quick review and multiple repetitions of the trade skills themselves. So trades are an awesome opportunity, especially if you like working in different environments, building things, being outside occasionally, and so on.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you so much for joining us today, Gene. A great conversation because, I see where you're coming from. I also see that my students are benefiting from my classes. And so I think it's good for people to realize that it's not for everybody, but it's still important for some. So where can we find the College Myth?
Well, the College Myth can either be purchased, the book, on Amazon, or for a limited time, they can go to thecollegemyth.com and download a free copy. Or if they want information on trade skills, go to instanttradeskills.com.
Okay, thanks again, Gene. Great job.
Bye-bye.